sadhu, sadhu. So, dear Dharma friends, in this journey of purification, we mainly focus to our self-view. So that is the first step we have to take action regarding our self-view. And once you clean up your self-view, that everything going to be changed. So according to your self-view, this everything you experience. Even when it go to deeper level of any kind of, not just only the happiness or the satisfaction, because we mainly claim only satisfaction and happiness as our profit. And we trying to push all other everything, our unhappiness, sadness, worry, depression, we all trying to push away from us, and we trying to push, put different label on it, and we trying to throw it to other people. But when you go to the depth of the happening itself, your existence in this very moment, so whatever you experience, that everything come out of as a result of your self-view. So that's why purifying self-view is very important. So all the divisions in the world, all the departments in this our society, all the desires inside us, all the emotions with us come out of the self-view. So when it comes to self-view, before the view, there is a self. Then you really get into that, and you have to tackle that self. And when you tackle the self, and when you hijack and recognize it and destroy the self, there is no view going to happen out of that self. So the vipassana is the method. Deeply you go to the bottom and recognizing how this self happening. That's why it called self-realization. So you go with the self-experience. So this self come out of this 5 aggregates. So once you recognize these 5 aggregates, beginning to end the process, and how it changed moment by moment, then you recognize in this very moment, there is nothing exists as permanent. And when there is nothing exists as permanent, and when always the moment by moment, everything change. And you deeply start to recognize how the heat, motion, liquidity, and hardness change. And according to that change, your moment change. So as example, that when the heat become more higher, you feel hot. So motion, liquidity, and hardness become maybe shorter, and sometimes when the heat become higher, and how about the heat and the hardness? These 2 materials become more and other 2 become less, and then you feel tight and you feel warm. It's not going to be the same itself. And the very next moment, what is happening, and you feel the motion and the liquidity, and at that quality going to become higher. So then the heat disappear. So this change moment by moment then happening, and according to that, how your physical change, and according to that physical, how your mind change. When you recognize this pattern, moment by moment, you understanding there is nothing hide inside this, or there is nothing permanently exist. So this cannot explain through arguments. This can happen only by experiencing. But even though we have a conversation regarding the path or the technique, the real experience You have to go through this. But it is possible. When you little by little practice, you will recognize this. So there is a way that with this self arise before it go to view. So the self arise with the etang mama. This is mine. That is the first view going to come to us. That is the first bond going to happen. This is mine. This is mine. So it happened from the deeper level of the subconscious mind. The deeper level of each and every thought arise. This is mine. What is mine? This body. So that is the first thing. When you observe the five aggregates, and little by little, that is what you slowly releasing. You recognizing it. That doesn't mean you give up this everything. No, you just recognize it. Even that enlightened masters, even the Buddha, even he attained to the Buddhahood. So he had a life, and he maintained his this physical body, and even attained to Arahanthood. They all maintain their life. There's nothing going to change, but only the change happening deeper, recognizing the view, and they not going to claim this body as mine. And other thing is, eso hamasmi. That's mean there is a view that I am living inside this. So when you have that view, you always resist regarding the outside world. So the first thing, this is mine, and other one is I am living inside this. So when you have the idea this is mine, you clinging. Forget about the outside first. Just get into the just only the be limited to just your head to toes, your body. You shrink inside, your consciousness shrink inside. This is me. And then, and according to that idea, what is happening, you start to believe I am living inside this. So that's why this always with the self-centered idea maintaining. But if you look from the beginning of your life, name and the form, there is something deeply in the bottom line. Things happen without your control. Without even your awareness, things happening in the bottom level of your life. Underneath this all things happening itself. Only thing is, when you have this idea, you cannot see it. So in the surface level, you're struggling. You're thinking, I am living inside this. Then that esome atta. So then all these feelings and the sensations, the ideas, that everything that you have idea, so I can control this. So that's how it step by step this self build up. So the first thing, this is mine. So the you related with the body. Forget about the outside world. Just get into the limit of your skin. This is mine. And then the second, I live inside this. And then according to this, all the physical, whatever experience come to you, and you believing, I can hold this, I can control this, I can maintain this, I can make it happen again and again. So that is what you are living. Not with the outside. That is what your world. So when you believe that way, what is happening? That believing start to reflect. It's bounce around you, that is what the world. So you, when you see somebody or you believe this is me, that help you to recognize, oh, that is that person. Why? Because you believing this is me. And that's why you claim to other person, this is you, that is you. But if you come out of this, you're not going to point out that in that way. So through the vipassana, little by little, if you release the first experience is this mind, that is the first step that you have to take. Forget about controlling. So just leave it, you just maintain it. Somehow you have to maintain it. But just get into the first, the very bottom of the self. The very bottom of the self is you claiming, and this is mine. When you observe the inhalation, exhalation, that is what unplugged. And you recognize this is not yours. Then to whom it belongs? It belongs to heat, motion, liquidity, and hardness. And once you recognize that, and so you have an idea, you are inside this, then you come out of it. There is no someone to live inside this. This is idea. But that idea come because of the first result. It's like the seed. When there is no seed, the roots cannot come. When there is no the seed, there is no tree. But what we sometimes do, we cut the tree branch and the fruits and destroy the flowers, but still the bottom, with the self-centered mind, we do everything related with this is mine. So I want to attain to liberation. Me. I want to attain to Nibbana. Me. Forget about Nibbana. Forget about liberation. Look, who are you? So get into the skin and go underneath this. Even when you come to the I want to be happy. Look, before the happiness, look, who are you? And then even if you try to resist from something, I don't want this suffering. Before you point out the suffering, look, who are you? Then you will see you are just heat, motion, liquidity, and hardness. And there are certain more other details, but for now, as a basic foundation, just go into that and look for it. Once you recognize that, you come out of this recognizing you are not living inside this. This is all happening according to necessary conditions. And when you come out of that, you come out of the struggle to believe I can do whatever I want. That is where you become more humble, you become surrender to the situation. That doesn't mean you're going to give up everything and become nothing. No, even you maintain things according to necessary conditions. So when you don't have that deeper level, we have desire to make things happen, make things happen, make things happen. And that desire always centered with the my liberation. I want to attain liberation. I. So that is I dominate everything everywhere in this world. It never going to release us from anything. It always bringing us things, and it going to build up this world more with the stress, frustration, unhappiness, sadness, worry, fear, like that qualities. So then question yourself before you do something. If you like for something and if you claim for something, nothing wrong, do it. But go into the depth and recognize, who is this? And you, because you sacrifice everything, you go through hard time, you sometimes to make things happen. See, you went through hell. Why? Because me, I am. For me. So then look, what is that? And then you will see, little by little, yourself, when you recognize there is nothing beyond these five aggregates, and slowly you release from the tangle inside. Once you come out of that tangle, and even you exist, in this very existence, you will experience Arahantahood, or the enlightenment. You no need to die for that. Your very living, your being itself, you experience in this very moment. Once you come out of this self-centered idea, you experience the highest form of the human intellect. That is the enlightenment. That is the real living. So otherwise we are just we just kind of like we trying to live. That's why all over the world people have hopes to live. They trying to become, they trying to live. But when you really experience this, that is the moment you drop that current and just become the be itself. So the long time ago, one time our Buddha, in a far away, in a fishing village, he was a bodhisattva, and he used to practice meditation. And everybody used to knew him. He was very familiar. Everyone knew he's practicing meditation. It's like a sannyasi, like a rishi, like a guru. So, and everybody respecting, and whenever they have time, they offer things. So like that. And this bodhisattva, this rishi had the quality, he can talk with the fish, and he can talk with certain animals. As you know, there are some people, they have abilities to communicate with animals. So we have seen there are some people can talk with the dogs, and some people can talk with the crocodiles, and some people with the snakes, and they can understand, they can communicate with them. And some people with the monkeys or the tigers. And there is a Florida, there is a guy who live with the lions. Recently, I saw that news regarding this guy. So like that, there are people can communicate. So this Bodhisattva used to communicate with the fish because he used to live in the fishing village. So one day there was an incident happened. There was a fish, and he had a partner. So then he always go behind this partner. Just say it's wife, no. So go behind it, and always no any rest. Everywhere, wherever go, it chase behind. There are some like that. When it come to husband and wife, that relationship, and they bound to the deeper level of the desire or the satisfaction or the ownership of that desire. So the same thing with this fish, and it not allow that the other partner to be free even for one single moment. Always go behind, chasing. So then what happened? One day there was a fisherman came and start to put the net. So somehow the partner disappeared. This fish caught into that net. And then he took with the other fish and came to the village and put it to the table and ready to cook in front of the other people in the city. So somehow this fish looked like very beautiful, and it's kind of like a very healthy fish, and jumping here and there, more than any other fish. So then at that very moment, the Bodhisattva came to this place, and he saw this strong, healthy fish and jumping here and there more than any other and screaming, I want to come, I want to come to you, I want to come to you, I want to take care of you, I want to come to you. So this, he heard this, the fish, and he knew if the fish die with this sadness, with this worry, this fish going to have the next existence or the next life going to be very hard for this fish. So he had the compassion. So then what he did, he came to the fisherman, and when he came to the fisherman, that the fisherman recognized him and asked, is there anything I can do, is there any? So then this bodhisattva told, if it is possible, can you offer me a fish? So then the fisherman was so generous and told, oh, take whatever the fish you want. And then the bodhisattva slowly picked that fish and took it to the water and had the communication and told, remember, just look yourself. You get into trouble because of your own desire. So now if I didn't come within another few seconds, you're going to die. But look your partner, that partner already swim somewhere and maybe having another partner. But look yourself, you get into trouble because of your own desires. So from now on, take care of yourself, even though you have a companion. Remember, don't get into trouble yourself. Don't forget yourself. Don't forget your own security. Because if you forget your own security, and you're going to have a hard time, you will get into deeper trouble. And giving that advice, and the bodhisattva released the fish to the water. So the fish understood. Fish understood that. And if the fish understand that, why as a human being, why you cannot understand this? Look yourself. Whatever the things happen to your life, look deeply. And today maybe you blaming to many people. But be honest to yourself, because without being honest to yourself, you cannot go further in the Dharma. It's not a religion. It's not a label or whatever the organized religions. Just be honest to yourself and see whatever that difficulties came to you, failures came to you. Look yourself and see where that your self-desired hide inside that. There is some kind of self-desire inside you, looking for your own self-centered satisfaction. That is what leads you to suffering. If you didn't have that, there is no way in this universe can take you to any kind of trouble or suffering. Even it take you to suffering or any kind of difficulties according to worldly nature. Even you get into that, it never going to make you any harm, or it never going to make you any kind of difficulties. So then yourself, take care. Even though you have a husband, wife, children, friends and family members, even though you maintain your body yourself, but remember deeper level inside you. Don't allow any greed, hatred or the delusion to be self-centered and hold you with that desires and take you to wherever it won't. So hold back a little bit yourself and look yourself what will happen if you go with this, and that will show you your future. That is not kind of like a dreaming and jumping. It is recognizing and moving forward. That is bring the more clarity and the more confidence and more freedom, and it brings you more security to your life. And that way yourself in this very lifetime, even in the samsaric journey, if you develop that, it's going to become one of the best profitable skill yourself. And as parents, remember when you're parenting your children, give that wisdom to that children, and that will worth more than million dollars by cash you're going to give to them. So because wherever they go, they will carry that with them. As a husband, wife, children, parents, if you want to give the wisdom to others, give that wisdom to them, and to take care of themselves without any self-centered greed, hatred, or the delusion. Don't allow them to go with their own desires like a blind fish. So that way you will protect yourself and you help others to come out of the difficulties. So with that, I bless upon with this good practice, may all of you be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you, may no difficulties come to you, may no problems come to you. May you also have the patient courage, understanding, and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. During this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbityo vajjantu sabbarogo vinasatu mate bhavatantarayo sukhi digayuko bhava. Ittavata cha ammehi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe devanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Idam me punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.